plastic surgery just won't quit. Americans now get about 10 million cosmetic procedures a year. But for people who want to look their best without going for surgery, there are two new treatments which are getting remarkable results. And Claire Shipman here to tell us about it.
George, good morning. We have to pay attention. We're getting to be that age now. 3/4 of Americans, this surprised me, who opt for a cosmetic procedure go for the non-surgical kind now. And there are some new alternatives to two of the most popular surgeries, liposuction and a facelift.
Teacher is like a lot of women of a certain age.
I've always been thin. I've never had a problem with my weight. And then all of a sudden this belly fat started to appear.
And she's also part of a growing movement, women eager to avoid cosmetic surgery.
I don't want to go underneath the knife and anesthesia.
So what is she doing? The hot new treatment, so to speak, freezing her fat away. It's so simple and pain-free, we're doing the interview during treatment.
It's like a vacuum, and that's exactly what it felt like. Once it's been on for a couple of minutes, you really don't feel anything.
How long will you be here?
I think about an hour.
It's called Zeltique. A vacuum-like device pulls in those annoying bits around the middle and literally freezes them. The fat cells die a slow death over 6 to 8 weeks, and according to Dr. Deborah Jalliman of Manhattan, the results are dramatic.
It's incredibly popular. I mean, first of all, when people first hear about it, they think it's too good to be true. They can't even believe it.
It's a gradual change because it went over, I guess, about 6 weeks, and I kept on looking and looking and going, I don't see anything, I don't see anything. But you're not going to see anything because you're seeing yourself every day. It wasn't until I saw the pictures that I realized how much belly fat was gone.
It's the brainchild of Dr. Rox Anderson of Harvard University and Mass General, a laser specialist who spends most of his time removing debilitating scars and marks from children. He started puzzling about the effects of cold a few years ago. He put together two seemingly unrelated things: incidents where infants suck on popsicles too long and lose the fat in their cheeks, and the fact that butter, fat, hardens or freezes more quickly than a lot of other things, like skin. At this point, the technology is best suited for people with a bit of extra fat.
People who are in good shape, who have a healthy diet, they're exercising, and they have body fat distribution still that they're not happy with, they are the ideal candidates for this.
It's not painful, it's not invasive, and yet it works.
That's the same concept that drew Lisa Marcus to the office, but with a different goal. She wanted to tighten her face, but with no knife.
I liked the fact that there was no cutting involved and there was no downtime.
It's called thermage. Radio waves trick skin into producing more collagen, and a recent upgrade to the technology now produces substantial, natural-looking tightening in just a few hours with no surgery.
We've actually had patients check into our office and do whole body thermage. They do their hands, their necks, their legs, their butt, all over. Before thermage, you can see all the crepiness of the knees. 3 months later, you can see how much the legs and the knees tighten from thermage.
Final results can take a few months, but some of the lift is visible immediately.
It feels tighter. Isn't that bizarre? It feels tighter.
The only pain involved, on your wallet. Fat freezes start at $750, thermage $1,000. But it's money well spent, says Barbara.
I saved to have this done, I'll be honest with you. I put the money aside. This is like, you know, a vacation for me. But it was worth it.
All right, now these things look so simple, but don't take a bunch of ice cubes or radio waves and try to do this at home. It's a little more complicated. And remember, this isn't a substitute for surgery, but it's a pretty great alternative.
Yeah, not painful, not invasive, but is it as long-lasting, or the results as long-lasting as you would get with surgery?
Well, Dr. Anderson thinks in terms of the Zeltique that it's at least 10 to 15 years. They don't know. It's just been developed. But these are quite long results.
That's a long time.
Something
okay.
to think about for your birthday. Maybe a birthday present.
We've been wondering what to get him tomorrow, Claire.
Liposuction for 50.
You're doing just fine. Oh, we tightened up when I did that.
I did.
Oh, everybody
boy,
cares.
I am definitely taking off tomorrow. We'll be right back. There'll be a lot of story tonight on Nightline. If you have any questions about this, go to abcnews.com. We'll be back with Deanna in just a minute.
You're not going to do it.